we must not use God's name without awareness that we are calling on God himself. So when people say God damned something, that's a dangerous statement, because the Bible says he come not to kill, not to steal, not to destroy. There's someone else who comes to do that, but he came to give what? Life. He didn't come to destroy. In the book of John chapter 3 verse 16, you know the words, right? For God so loved the world. But verse 17 says, for God sent his son not into the world to condemn or to damn the world, but that the world through him might be what? Saved. So when we use terms like that, we are actually abusing and taking God's name in vain. And those of you who've been using that term, whether you're watching this television, you got to stop, because you are bringing destruction on your own family, on your own spouse, on your own job, on your own relationship with people. When we call God's name, we are dealing with an awesome revelation of God. How about the Bible says, do not profane the name of the Lord. That means you don't use the name of the Lord with profanity. Why? You're cursing God. The Bible says, do not blaspheme the name of the Lord. That means you're walking around saying, well, you know, God could go to hell. What are you talking about? Huh? God made hell and ain't for God. And you keep saying that, you're going to be the first one there, you're going to beat him there. You don't blaspheme the name of the Lord. You know, that's why it's very critical. When people dedicate a place unto God's name, like a church building, and I want you to notice by how much power you got now. Listen to the power. When you dedicate your house to the Lord, to his name. When you dedicate your car to the Lord, to his name. When you dedicate the instruments in the house to the Lord, whether it's equipment or chairs, the house of the Lord, it becomes God's property. That means if people come in and profane and abuse God's property, you got the power to speak God's name against the perpetrator. Because the products are no longer human, they belong to God. I hear people breaking into churches, stealing equipment. I tell you, I promise you, their lives are going to be haunted by the power of God. They're going to have a miserable future, and God's going to rebuke them and convict them, and they're going to get saved. That's why you shouldn't get mad when people break into your house and steal stuff. Get on your knees and say, Lord, your name is on them. They got your name with them. How can they survive? You know, the Ark of the Covenant was a piece of wood. Just a box, is that right? And in that box they put some stuff. I mean, just a piece of shittum wood. That's what they use, just wood from a tree.